Welcome back everyone, I really hope you're all doing well. Today is my very first plant haul of 2021, which is very exciting. And we're going to start off with the Lepanthes calediction, or calediction, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. This is a teeny tiny miniature jewel orchid native to Ecuador and Colombia. It's commonly found growing at an altitude of 700 to 1400 meters. I'll try and get in a little bit closer. It's so small. So the leaves can grow up to 2.5 centimeters, but my largest leaf so far is 1.5 centimeters or just under. It's mainly grown for its foliage, although it does produce some tiny little red flowers. Apparently the flowers only last up to about 4 days, but it does continuously bloom, which is really good. So these tiny guys like a warm, humid environment, but I did read that they like a temperature drop at night. It's not really going to get much of a drop here in my living room. It's quite consistent with the temperature, so I'm not quite sure how it's going to feel about that. But from what I've read, humidity is the key, so I'm really hoping that I can keep it happy. So in this little terrarium, I've got hydrodrain at the bottom, and then I've got sphagnum moss and some orchid bark. So they need to be kept consistently moist. It's also quite close to a grow light. And I read that apparently if they don't get enough light, the leaves will turn a pink colour. So I'll keep an eye on that. So there are 2 of these orchids in here, sat together. Originally I had one in the biOrb AIR and one of them in here. But I realised that I've got those teeny tiny snails back in the biOrb, and I found 2 tiny snails on the orchid. Not on any of the other plants, just the orchid. So I quickly whipped him out of the biOrb AIR and put him in here. I got rid of all the moss and replaced new moss just in case there was any snails in it. So it looks like I'm going to have to rescape the whole biOrb AIR, take everything out and redo it completely. I did have some snails in there, I don't know when it was, maybe last summer. Really tiny ones. I haven't got a clue how they got in there. They could have come in on some substrate or on a plant, not a clue. I have actually been on the lookout for this orchid for over a year, so I was really happy to find some on eBay. Next up, I picked up this beautiful Aglaonema pictum tricolour on eBay. I just couldn't resist it. I already have a couple of these plants, but one of them hasn't really got much of the pale green variegation, and the other one is beautiful, but again the variegation isn't as good as this one, so I just couldn't resist it, and it's got quite a few leaves with a new one on the way. The tricolour in its name obviously refers to the 3 shades of green, and these also appreciate a warm and humid environment. Definitely avoid direct sun with these as it can burn the foliage, and also go easy on the watering as the leaves can yellow quite easily. So currently it's growing in a plastic pot, and I did have a little look, and the roots go quite far up on the stem. So in springtime I might actually chop the stem in half and try and see if I can grow a new plant from the bottom half. Here's one of my other ones just to compare it. So as you can see, mine's got a lot more of the darker shade of green, whereas the new one has got quite a lot of this vibrant mid green and quite a few of the lighter patches as well. Here's the newest leaf on this plant, and it is quite a nice one actually. I think the oldest leaf is starting to yellow, so I might end up losing that one soon. But they are such a beautiful and striking plant. I've personally found them quite easy to grow and care for, although I know a lot of people do think that they're quite fussy, and they're definitely not a plant for a beginner. But I'd say if you've got grow lights and you've got humidifiers, you should be fine. Just go easy on the watering. So down here in my living room, I do have a couple of grow lights mounted on the wall. They're linked in my Amazon shop, by the way. And I tend to keep the humidity between 50 and 60%, and all the plants seem to be quite happy. No crispy leaves to be concerned about, even on my queen antherium. Look, not one bit of crispiness. I'm quite thrilled about that. I did move this plant down from my office into the living room, so I was quite scared, but she's been down here a good few weeks now and still seems happy. The next plant I picked up from eBay is this beautiful Alocasia silver dragon. This is a compact Alocasia native to Southeast Asia. As you can see, it looks kind of similar to the dragon scale in regards to the leaf profile and the veining, although the colours are different. I really love this pale background and then the really strikingly dark veining. Really beautiful, and I really like the texture of the leaves as well. Again, like the other plants, these appreciate a warm and humid environment with bright and direct light, although they can tolerate a bit of sun. I did have my dragon scale on my kitchen window, which receives a bit of sun throughout the day, but I ended up moving it here because I was scared it was going to go dormant as it gets a little bit chilly in my kitchen. So far I've had quite good luck with keeping my alocasias out of dormancy, as long as they're warm enough and they're getting some nice humidity and bright and direct light. Hopefully they won't go dormant. And by dormant, I mean drop their leaves and then they don't come back until spring. I do have quite a few varieties of alocasia, so if you haven't seen my alocasia care tips video, I'll link that below for you. It's really dark and gloomy here today in the UK and a little bit stormy. Nice, cosy and tropical inside though. I really can't wait to get back out into the garden in a few months and uncover my bar, get it looking all lovely and tropical again out there. So the next plant I picked up is actually a plant I've been looking for a couple of years, and I've never actually managed to find the actual plant. So I bit the bullet and I ordered 10 seeds from America. I did find the seeds on eBay, but after having a little look, I actually ended up buying them from someone on Etsy and having them shipped from America. It was a bit of a better deal. So I'm going to take you upstairs into the office where I'm actually going to be growing the seeds, and then I will reveal what plant it is. So here we are up in my office, and the plant I'm going to be growing from seed is the biOrb Cordata. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. The plant is native to Southeast Asia and has the most beautiful, delicate, butterfly-shaped leaves. It's also known as the butterfly wing or the swallowtail. So I purchased 10 seeds, and I'm going to be growing them here underneath my Spider Farmer LED grow light, and I might also possibly get a heat mat because I've been advised that they like very warm temperatures, so I might go ahead and purchase a heat mat from Amazon. They'll be fine with the light because this is super bright, and also you can actually turn it up and down. That's it at its full brightness, but that is way too bright. I usually have it set on about 20. I will link my Spider Farmer light down for you in the description box, along with all the other products I use and recommend. And also it won't be too long before I start my caladium bulbs underneath the light as well, which is what I did last year. I'm thinking that the heat mat might actually be a good idea for the caladium bulbs as well. Might get them going a little bit quicker. Oh, hello. Hello, what have you got? Oh, that's nice, he's come to eat his biscuit on me. So yes, I'll be growing my seeds on this shelf, and then we also have a humidifier up there. So it'll be nice and warm and humid and bright in here, so fingers crossed, as apparently they can be a little bit tricky to germinate. If you'd like to see the whole process of how I germinate the seeds, let me know in the comments below. I might actually have to do a little bit of plant shuffling up here as my melanochrysum's getting really big. It's getting quite close to the grow light, so I either need to take out this shelf and put some of the plants a bit lower down, or I might move my melanochrysum downstairs and possibly my Florida Beauty, but I'm not quite sure yet. I do love a good plant shuffle, I'm always moving them around. Anyway, thanks so much for watching everyone. I really hope you enjoyed my first plant haul of 2021. I'm sure there will be many more to come. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all soon.